It's Week 5 of the National Football League. And coming up, we'll see Justin Jefferson. And with him, any catch could be a big one. He's the NFL leader in touchdown receptions. It's the Dolphins and the Pats, and it's coming up
Welcome in,
next
everyone,
on
to this
Madden
presentation of the National Football League on EA Sports. So good to have you with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, Greg Wild, first month of the calendar in the NFL. Had some great games, some finishes that were pretty special, the usual surprises. Now, we hit October, and like you said, this is where the season really gets going.
Yeah, doesn't it just feel like on the NFL calendar, every month kind of has its own vibe, right? It's September, you're just starting to figure out how good you are. You don't even know how good your own team is, let alone the rest of the league. But once the calendar page turns to October, things start to become a little bit more clear. We know the contenders. We know the teams that have a long road ahead of them. These October games go a long way to setting the table come playoff time later in the season.
And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The New England offense getting ready to go to work here. They'll be led by the man from North Carolina, 6'4", quarterback Drake May.
Really solid all-around performance last week, Mike, and I think the biggest factor that led to the win is his ability to continue to protect the football. He executed the offense, ran it exactly how they designed all week in practice. Now, it might not have been earth-shattering performance statistically, but they got the win. If he can continue to play that style of ball, it's going to be a tough group to match up with.
Open man, Demario Douglas. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. They'll run it for the first time with Elijah Mitchell. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be second down. There you get a look at his numbers on the ground a week ago as a part of their victory. It's the tight end Henry in motion. Off the play fake, here's May. That'll be caught. Juju Smith-Schuster. 18 yards on the catch and run will move the chains. They're at the 17-yard line now for first and 10. They'll run it over center with Mitchell. And the Patriots are going to have a first and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Smith-Schuster, the man in motion. They'll get creative here on the jet sweep. That play may have taken a little bit too long to develop. It's no gain. He's back at the 4-yard line. Slot receiver, headed right. And he's going to lose yardage here, taken down back at the 8. So can the defense come up with the early stop here on 3rd and goal? Operating from the shotgun, it's May. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. Nick Folk now on with the field goal unit. This about as short as you can get. Folk's kick is good. And the Pats are out to an early 3-0 lead. 3 points on that opening drive. We'll see the response as the kick's away. This fielded at about the 9. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Miami offense will make their way onto the field. And leading them out, their quarterback. It's Jalen Hurts.
It's not often that you can win by multiple scores in the NFL, so you got to imagine they're coming into this week's game with a lot of confidence. They were able to put together a pretty well-rounded performance in all 3 phases last week. So, again, can they build off that? Can they continue to grow as an entire team? Because offense, defense, and solid contribution from their special teams, they showed last week, and going forward, this is going to be a hard team to beat.
On first down, it's Hurts. Into the familiar hands of Justin Jefferson. First reception for the man who enters the week as the NFL's leader in receiving yards. This one, good for a first down. On the ground, this is Jalen Wright. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. In motion, Lamb. On play action, Hurts. That'll be caught. It's Jalen Wright. And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4. On the ground, this is Wright. He'll fight forward for a short pickup to the 16. Here's a 2nd and 9. They motion a receiver right. Play action. Here's Hurts. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Jabril Peppers in coverage, able to knock that one away. On 3rd down, here's Hurts. That's caught by Jefferson on the right side. So, just a lone field goal in the first quarter of play. The Patriots. The field goal unit on the sideline. They'll line up to go for it on 4th down. In motion, it's Jefferson. Now Hurts on 4th down. That's going to be caught. And he's got the first down. A great job looking at engaging where the marker is and getting there to set up 1st and goal. Here's a run. Only a yard there. Tackle made at the 5. Here comes 2nd and goal. They'll go with him again. He slams it in there, and he is in. Jalen Wright. Touchdown, Miami. It's his 4th touchdown on the year. Now it's a fake. They'll flip it to the kicker. This will be caught. And he's going to take this into the end zone. I wasn't sure we'd ever see a fake extra point again, but this one works. So instead of 1, they get 2. Marcus Jones now to return. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Patriots offense going to take over now for the 2nd time. The deficit is 5, so they'll try to put a drive together here. And they'll begin it with 1st and 10.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
It's the tight end, Henry, in motion. A give up the middle for Mitchell. And he's going to be stuck well behind the line of scrimmage. A play going absolutely nowhere. On 3rd and long, here's May. He'll try and get there on the ground.
That's a really good effort on 3rd down, just trying to make something happen. He did well to get what he got, but it's not enough for a first.
That is fielded at the 20. And it's a decent return. Gets some of that yardage back before he's forced out of bounds. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. He's going to look for the home run ball. And that is incomplete.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it, continue to pressure this defense, and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
Here's 3rd and 2. A carry here for Wright. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down by about a yard. So they pick it up on 3rd and 2. They'll fake the give. Now it's Hurts. That's going to be pulled in by Wright. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. 1st and 10. Man in motion here is Washington. On play action, here's Hurts. Still going inside the 20. And he's out of bounds all the way inside the 15-yard line. It's a big play there for Miami. 38 yards. They can still get a first down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. Quick throw here is complete. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Hurts again. And he's in. Malik Washington. Touchdown, Dolphins. Jason Sanders on for the point after. Oh, and now look at this. It's a fake. This is caught. And he is not going to get in. Stop on the try for 2. The lead remains right where it is. This just makes it to the landing zone. It's taken at the 18. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Patriots offense ready for this next possession. May now on 1st and 10. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Throwing on 2nd down. May. Try to set up the screen to Mitchell. Great timing to call the screen. It's a gain of 17 and a first down. To throw is May. That one taken in by Douglas. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's May again. Into the hands of Juju. And he's going to have the first down as he gets out of bounds, and he stopped the clock as well. May to the air once more. That's complete. It's Jalen Polk. And they'll have a first down and definitely in field goal range now, down at the 20-yard line.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter.
And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. One final throw before the break. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half. So instead of going for the first down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here. So we're at the half, and the visiting Dolphins are in the lead. As we'll head down and hold that thought, let's get right back to it. We are ready for the third quarter. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. They finally get him down, but he gets all the way up close to the 40-yard line. The Dolphins offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. The advantage is 8. We'll see if they can make this a 2-score game on this drive. First down and 10. And that is incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
He's going to look downfield once again. Well covered on the sideline, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jonathan Jones.
So we saw in the first half, Mike, they were willing to take some risks. It allowed them to build this halftime lead. Now the opposing sideline, they're looking to fight back. They're looking to cut that lead down. That's what that coverage seemed. It looked like they baited that quarterback to force that errant throw and lead to that turnover. Now it's their offense coming back on the field with a chance to cut this deficit.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
On second down, it's May. He'll go right back to Polk. Again, it's complete. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap, and they give it to Mitchell. And this rough day on the ground continues. They're going to drop him behind the line again. So after the loss on first, here's 2nd and 14. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
A gain of 4 brings up 3rd and 11.
Working out of the gun, it's May. He'll get a dozen out of that one, scrambling his way to a 1st down. They'll run, it's out of the gun, and it's Mitchell. And they'll take this down inside the 35. An unbalanced look to the left here on 1st down.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Pass completed to Douglas. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6 at the 27-yard line.
They'll try the right side with Mitchell. And the struggles in the running game continue. They take him down behind the line.
Brought down back at the 31-yard line.
Throwing on 3rd down is May. Taking off, he'll try to get there. And May will not risk it. Into the slide. And he's got the 1st down.
That's another Patriots.
Here's the former Memphis Tiger, Kenneth Gainwell. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6 at the Dolphins' 13-yard line.
From out of the gun, here's May. He pulls it in around the 5. And this drive's going to continue. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 1st and goal for his team. Smith-Schuster, the man in motion. Here comes the jet sweep. And that is not going to work out as planned. Maybe a tough spot to try to run a play like that. Either way, it's blown up back behind the line of scrimmage. So we'll take it to the other end as we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So the ball still at the 8-yard line for 2nd down and goal. Off the bootleg. Here's May. To the end zone. It's intercepted. Picked off by Derwin James.
All right, Mike, file this play away. If they're able to hold on and pull this game out, we're going to look back on this as the pivotal moment of this game. Oftentimes, it takes that one big moment to sway the outcome of a game, and no bigger play than a pick deep inside your own red zone. Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
He's up to the 20. And he's going to go out of bounds, but not until he's past the 25-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Now it's Hurts. This one complete to Washington. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
A throw left side, but it's incomplete. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. In motion, it's Jefferson. On 3rd down, it's Hurts. He'll go right and find his running back, and he will have the 1st down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8. Again, Hurts. 1st down throw there is incomplete. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. To the air again. Hurts. He's going to keep it himself.
That's a smart play. 2nd down, don't force it if it's not there. He's able to tuck it, pick up some extra yards, and set up a more manageable 3rd down.
They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. In motion, it's Jefferson. And they'll throw here with Hurts. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
Open man, right side, he's got it. And he's out of bounds all the way inside the 15-yard line. They'll run with Wright. In motion, it's Jefferson. They'll fake the give. Now it's Hurts. He's got it at the 3. And he is close to the pylon, but they say he's not in. But he's got the next best thing. No touchdown, but a 1st down. It's 1st and goal.
And you think back to the 1st half, Mike, just how well he threw the ball, and you thought maybe this defense would come up with some answers in the 2nd half to slow him down, but so far, that has proven to not be the case.
A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete. He's looking for Jalen Wright out of the backfield. And now it's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Jalen Wright. Touchdown, Miami. Second touchdown of the game. Season total now up to 5. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter. Get the ball with the lead. And now it's a flip back to the kicker. It's a fake. This is caught. And he's going to take this into the end zone. I wasn't sure we'd ever see a fake extra point again, but this one works. So instead of 1, they get 2. After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. This will be returned from the 6. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Patriots offense ready to take over once again. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally spin.
Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. It's picked up by the Dolphins. Well, he certainly turned that into something on the move. Downfield, looked like he was gaining yards, but then loses control, and the defense comes up with a turnover.
Early on, Mike, it looked like it was going to be a really good play by the quarterback, turning to his legs, getting some pretty good yardage with his feet, but then he failed to not only protect himself, but mostly protect the ball. Defense is able to put a hit on him, jar the ball loose, and now they'll take over after the big kick.
And stretching it out toward the sideline, but the defense gets to him. He'll be taken down for a loss.
At this stage in the fourth quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
Second and 11. A give here to Wright. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's third down. Back on the ground and back to Wright. And he will work this down to the 43-yard line, and that is enough for a first down. Run again with Wright. And they'll take this down inside the 35. The Pats going to stop it here. They'll use their third and final timeout. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down. They'll drop to throw. He'll take a shot here. Back of the end zone. And this is too far over the end line. It's incomplete. They'll try again here. Second and 10. On play action, here's Hurts. A throw left side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out and go up for an offensive rebound and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot.
A gain there of 21. First down, Miami. Play action. Here's Hurt. And this time the rush gets home, and down he goes. Now the Dolphins going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with just under a minute to go in this football game. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Off the play fake, Hurts. That's in the end zone and intercepted. Picked up by the safety, Kyle Duggar.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's position. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field. Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold them to just a short game.
And a big strike for good yardage there, all the way up to midfield. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him. So a win here for the visiting Dolphins. And that's now 4 victories in a row as they continue to play as well as anyone in the NFL. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long, everyone.